Well, here we are at lesson 13. This is one of my favorite lessons because guess what you're going to do? In this lesson, this 30 minutes, we're going to learn the dynamics of remembering names and faces. How would you like to walk into a room and meet 30 people, 20 people, 80 people, 100 people, and lock their names down after meeting them at a party or a function? Wouldn't it be tremendous? So impressive. It helps you business-wise. It helps you socially. It's a great aid for interpersonal development, the ability to remember names and faces. Do you know, all of us have written across our head MMFI. Guess what that stands for? Make me feel important. And the single most effective way to make a person feel important is to take the time to learn their name and to use it when you address them. Names and faces. See, every time you say my name, well, hi, Jack. How are you doing, Jack? Then what you're doing, so the person is going to feel important. They're going to listen to you. They realize, well, this person knows my name. It's a great asset. I remember one time when I first moved here, that is, moved to South Florida, about 25 years ago, I walked into a restaurant, and this was Bennigan's restaurant at that time. And I walked in, I met the server, and I always get the server's name down. I usually use the server's name about 10 times during the whole time I'm there at the restaurant. I always get better service by using the server's name. And so I turned to her and I said, what is your name? She said, my name's Susie. And they always laugh when you do the introduce. And I said, well, my name is Jack. Good meeting you. I said, Susie, how'd you like to make $10 in about 2 seconds? And she said, what do you mean? I said, well, next time I come into the restaurant, if you call me by my name, if you say, hi, Jack, if you say, hello, Jack, if you remember my name, I'll give you $10 on the spot. She said, you will? I said, yes, I will. She looked at me and said, what's your name now? I said, my name is Jack. She said, okay. So about 2 weeks went by, and I walked in the restaurant, and I was kind of walking in when it was packed out. It was about 200 people as capacity on a Friday night. Walked in there, and there was Susie. Now, I imagine the last couple of weeks she's been telling all of her friends, I'm going to make $10. This guy's about 6 foot tall, and here he is, and his name is Jack, and he said he would give me $10 next time I see him. So I can imagine she's waiting on tables and kind of looking at the front door. You know, she's waiting on tables. She got a crook in her neck after a couple of weeks. So I walked in the door, and all of a sudden, she saw me. It's like a spider sense. She saw me walk through the door. She started screaming out, Jack, 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 Jack. And I ran over there to her, and I gave her the $10. I guess everybody thought I was a rock star. So, oh, Jack's here. And so I gave her the $10. All of the other servers, her friends, came over, and she explained to them what I did, and they said, we'll do it too for $5. We all started laughing. But it's so much fun in learning how to remember names and faces. Have you ever had anyone teach you any formal training in remembering names and faces? This whole section, lesson 13, is going to teach you this. You'll look in the book. We have some great aids. I mean, a lot of information. I don't have time to go over all the things we have in the book for you. We have last names, many popular last names, how to lock them in as a pre-coded tag in your mind's eye. Common male first names, over 100 common male first names, and the tag for you, the pre-coded tag for you, and the derivation, what it means. Also female names, about 80 or so, close to 100 female names, first names, and the where it comes from, the derivation, and the pre-coded tag give you a mental image for that. It'll be a great aid for you. Now what I want to do, I want to talk about faces first, and then we'll go into 12 rules and locking names into your mind, the 12 rules for retrieving names. We're going to look at faces first. Then I will give you some exercises in this lesson 13. You have to look in your book. We're going to have 20 people for you, 20 people. We're going to teach you their last names. Then I'm going to show you how to remember first names and lock first names with last names. This will be a lot of fun. You'll really enjoy this. Now, let's go through faces. What are some of the rules and techniques, Jack, that can help me in retaining a face? And then we'll learn the 12 rules and remembering the name of a person. First of all, people tell me, well, I don't really have a problem with faces and recalling a face. Why is that? Because you see the face. When you see the person again, it isn't really true recall. It is recognition. You're really recognizing that you've seen that person before. Your mind has a picture of the person. Then when you see them again, you recognize what you have in your mind. It isn't true recall. See, a name of a person is true recall. So we're going to show you techniques how to do that. I've enjoyed this and bragging on not myself the techniques, but I've been to walk into a room at a cocktail party and I was a guest speaker. And remember, everyone in the room, about 100 people in the room. And I've done this many times, and it's a great aid for people listening to you and what you're selling and what you're talking about. They really want to listen. When you stand at the door, when the presentation's over with, and greet everybody by name, shake their hand and know them all by name, it's phenomenal. They want to get back with you and learn the things that you've learned, these techniques. Now, some of the rules and techniques for faces. First of all, you'll look at the face and look at the shape of the head. Is it a rectangular shape? Is it an oblong shape of the head? Really view the shape of the head. Is it egg-shaped, diamond-shaped? So look at the shape. Is it square shape? Really examine the head. A lot of people look at people and don't really look at them. They see the face, but they don't examine or truly observe the face. So look at the face. Now, the head and the face can be a different shape. You can have a diamond-shaped face, and you can have a square-shaped head. So you want to look at the shape of the face and the shape of the head and compare those. Are they the same or are they different? Then look at the forehead. Is it a long forehead? Is it a recessed forehead? Is it a protruding forehead? Look at the shape of the forehead. Then look at the eyebrows. Look at the eyes. Do the eyebrows touch? Are they almond eyes? Is there enough room for a third eye? Are they recessed eyes? Are they protruding eyes? The nose, the size of the nose, the lips, size of lips, the chin. Is it a dimple in the chin? Is it a double chin? Look at the ears. For proper symmetry, the ears, it should be lined up with the very top. You look at from a profile view. The top of the ear should line up with the very top of the eyebrow, and the bottom of the ear should line up right at the very bottom of the nose for proper symmetry. So examine all these things and looking at the face. So really get that face down. So that's some good aids for you in really observing a person's face. Now, names. Let's look at 12 rules for recalling a person's name. 12 rules. These will help you tremendously. Let's lock these down. Number one, you want to make sure you want to be ready. See, the whole thing is become conscious, is become name conscious. I've been meeting people today, and I want to be name conscious. I remember when I was a young boy that the 1957 Thunderbird with that little porthole in the back. That's something that I loved, and so I was 1957 Thunderbird conscious. Every time one would drive by a mile away in my peripheral view, I would lock it in, I would see it. So you want to become name conscious, realizing I'm going to be receiving names, I'm learning this course, I want to practice these techniques, become name conscious. And pick names up everywhere, meet people. Number two is be ready to receive the names. This is what happens to people. Someone will walk up to them, that'll introduce them, and they're not ready to receive it. It's like a person throws a ball at you, let's say basketball. They throw it at you. If you're not ready to receive it, it hits you in the chest and falls on the ground. The same way with a name. The name is thrown at you, it hits you. It's at your mind that it falls on the ground. You're thinking, what was the name? It's too late then to recall the name. So you want to become name conscious, number one. Number two, be ready to receive the name. And number three, you want to make sure you hear the name pronounced correctly. So get the proper pronunciation of the name. Very, very important. My name is Jack Lannom. I'm sorry, that's Jack. Now, how do you say that? Lannom. Lannom. That's very important. Number four, it's very important if you do not hear the name on number four to ask them to repeat the name. That's okay to ask a person to repeat the name. It's very honoring to do that. It's number four, ask them to repeat the name, number four. Then rule number five, you want to make sure on five that you spell the name. You want to not only hear it pronounced correctly and repeat it, but you want to spell it. Get the spelling. Now, Lannom. Now, how do you spell that? So the Jack Lannom. So that's L-A-N-N-O-M. That's Lannom. Pronunciation and the spelling of it. That's rule number five, spelling. Rule number six, if the name is an unusual name, let's say you never heard Lannom. It's you want to get to the origin of the name, the derivation. Where does it come from? Well, it's an English name. And then find out the derivation. This gives you time to start processing it in your short-term memory and giving meaning to it, attaching meaning to it, trying to find some relationship in your mind with that name. So rule number six is if it's an unusual name, go back to the origin of the name, get the derivation. Number seven, begin to immediately use the name in conversation. So you're repeating it, and then start using in conversation. Say it, say it, and say it over and over again in conversation. Now, rule number 8, you want to think of a relationship that you already have of the name. Let's say if my name is Jack, you think of a Jack in the Box, you think of a car Jack, think of an actor, Jack Nicholson, you think of anything that you can relate that name to for rule number 8. So relate to something that you already know. And then associate that in your mind to that. So relate it to what you know. It could be an object, it could be a person's name, it could be a thing. So begin to relate it. Form that relationship between the name and your knowledge of that name. That's rule number 8. Number 9 now, you want to make sure you begin to associate it then. Associate whatever it is, the name that you have, that object, item, or the name, begin to associate. Make that connection. So associate it right away in rule number 9. Number 10, if the name is an unusual name, turn it into a sound-alike. For example, if the name is Fergursky, turn it into a furry girl skiing. Fergursky, a furry girl skiing. Fergursky. So that's number 10. Turn it into a sound-alike if it's necessary. Lannom, it can sound like land that's numb. Land that's numb. Lannom. You see I'm doing with the sound alike. That's rule number 10. Rule number 11, now you have this mental picture in your mind. This is a very important rule. Let's say we have Lannom. So that's our mental image. Begin to immediately connect that mental image to some outstanding dominant facial characteristic. I have my forehead, it slants back. So you can maybe have land that's on my forehead, it's slanting back. Maybe there's a hypodermic needle into my forehead, and that speaks of numb. So it's land numb. So it's Lannom. That's rule number 11. Rule number 12, make sure, this is so important, make sure that if you're going to meet a group of people, say 20 or 30 or people or even 10 people, allow at least 30 seconds for each introduction. That's crucial. Allow at least 30 seconds for each introduction. So there are 12 rules in learning how to remember names. So you want to practice those, go over those. Now look on your sheet in lesson 13. Now on one of these pages here, there is a picture of all 20 people. We have the first couple of pages, we have it broken down because there's 20 people. There are 5 people on each row. There are 4 rows going down the page, and there are 25 people in each row and 4 rows. We have 20 people. We're going to learn how to lock their last names, show you how to lock their last name and tie it to something, some unusual, prominent, dominant facial characteristic. So if you look on the sheet where there's all the 20 people, if you kind of turn back and forth, you can see them all at one time. It'll help you. And the sheet there were all 20 people, there's no name under it. There's just a blank line, because I'll have you fill this in at the end of this lesson, lesson 13. But you can turn back and forth and look at the name. So as I'm going through this, look at the person. We're going to start at the far left-hand side, at the top of the page, number 1, and then we'll go across the sheet, and then we'll go down the page. The first row, the first person at the top, this is, I want you to see, this is Mr. Baker. Mr. Baker, I want you to look at his hair. It's like a baking good. Maybe there's a croissant in the top of his head, so it's baking. So see him as a baker. And maybe it's like a Pillsbury Doughboy or something for baker. So really visualize that and connect Baker to the top of his hair. Now, a couple of these I'm using with hair to show you that you can do that. You don't always want to do that because the hairstyles can change. But if you can't see something with the face, really go in and use the hair. Use anything you can to associate that name to the face. So I'm showing you with the hair. Maybe the top of the hair looks like a croissant, or maybe the face looks like a Pillsbury Doughboy face. Maybe it's like a pizza face or something that you see. And his name is Mr. Baker. So think of baking goods and associate that to his face. Number 2 is Mr. Stubblefield. Now I see his hair sticking up. He's got little hair sticking up straight, so it's like a field that has stubs. There's stubs coming out of the top of his head, and that's Stubblefield for number 2. So visualize Stubblefield for number 2. Visualize that. See it, lock it in your mind. Stubblefield. Say it with me. Stubblefield. Look at the hair. Stubs are coming out. It's in the field. Very good. Number 3 now, look at this man. See how his eyes are squinting? He's got a front view, and his eyes are squinting there. His name is Mr. Ray. His last name is Ray. So I see him squinting because the sun rays are coming into, see, it's just, he's squinting, his eyes are squinting, so that's Mr. Ray. So visualize Ray. Sun rays are coming into his eyes, Mr. Ray. Now, that's number 3. Number 4, here is a picture of Mr. Stump. Now see like a stump on top of his head. See the stump. So visualize a stump. You got the stump stuck on top of his head. So Mr. Stump. So that's number 4. Number 5 is Mr. Woodruff. So his hair, it looks like, to me, it looks like wood grain. It looks like this wood grain hair. It's a piece of driftwood I stick on top of his head. Now, my right brain needs to see driftwood, and that's what the right brain visual representation. But my left brain is going to have to turn this around and say his name is Mr. what? It's Mr. Woodruff. Mr. Woodruff. So I'm thinking of wood grain, but it's wood drift, so it's like driftwood. So I transpose it and turn it around and make sure that I realize to say Mr. Woodruff. I don't want to say, hey, I've got him, this coursework's great. Mr. Driftwood, how you doing? You don't want to do this. You might lose friends, all right? So now you want to visualize what? See in your mind's eye, see this wood grain in his hair. So it's Mr. Woodruff. So it's a piece of driftwood in his hair. Let's go through these 5 now. So look at the first one going from the top left all the way across, the first 5. Look at his hair, and so that's what? Mr. Baker. Good. At the top of his hair there, you have these stubs coming out, so it's what? Mr. Stubblefield. And he's squinting, and that's Mr. what? Mr. Ray. Very good. And then we're seeing this man, look at his head, looks like a stump. So this is what? The 4th one, Mr. Stump. Great. And number 5, look at his hair, it's Mr. what? Woodruff, driftwood, Woodruff. Great. Let's go to the next 5. Number 6, this is a profile. This is Mr. Hill. So I see maybe his head looks like the back of his head. There's a hill. The front of his head like a hill, or his sideburn there. Maybe think of Boot Hill. Looks like a boot, and Boot Hill for sideburn. So that's Mr. Hill. That's number 6. Number 7, this is Mr. Love. So it's like his hair is shaped like his hair and his head can be shaped like a heart. And so I see him, the smile on his face, maybe he has kiss marks, these lipstick marks with kisses on his face, and he's just, people just love me so much, just kissing me. He's like a lovable guy, and his head looks like a heart. You can shape it like a heart. So that's Mr. Love, number 7. Number 8, his hair is all down on the side of his face. His name is Mr. Raining. It's like he's caught out in the rain, and rain is coming down on his hair. So that's Mr. what? Mr. Rainy. So see number 8. Look at the rain coming down on his hair, and it's covered his face. Looks like he's been caught in a rainstorm. That's Mr. Rainy. That's Mr. Rainy, number 8. Number 9, this is a profile. So this man with a large nose, his name is Mr. Spray. So I take this nasal spray. As a memory expert, I would meet him. Hey, my name is Mr. Spray. And I take this nasal spray and I go up his nose. Got this big nose. I associate the nose, and I go spraying this huge thing of a Dristan or some kind of nasal spray up his nose. So that's Mr. what? That's Mr. Spray, and that's number 9. Number 10, this man is bald, so his name is Mr. Moore. So I take like a imaginary lawnmower. I go across his head. Now he needs more hair, okay? Maybe a lawnmower going across his head, and now he needs more hair. Fantastic. And that is Mr. Moore, number 10. Now we're halfway there. Now 11. 11 is Mr. Locke. I see him with locks. See his jaws, how he has these high cheekbones, and I'm opening his mouth up. I meet him. Hey, my name's Mr. Locke. Well, hello, Mr. Locke. Nice meeting you. Yes, nice meeting you too, Jack. So I shake his hands, and I look at his high cheekbones, and I open his mouth up, and I put these locks, stuff in these locks, a combination locks there, and his high cheekbones. It's Mr. Locke, so visualize Mr. Locke. And it really does work. It's amazing. I go into a room almost 100 people, and associated, as soon as they give me their name, when my hand reaches their hand, I look at their face, and I'm turning those names into a mental image and then tying it to that prominent, dominant, outstanding facial characteristic, something that really hits me. Now, number 12. Number 12 is Mr. Gamble. So I see his eyes like snake eyes. Snake eyes is like dice, and he's gambling. So it's Mr. Gamble. So look at his eyes and focus on it. And see snake eyes, dice are coming out of his eyes. He's Mr. Gamble. Hey, I'm Mr. Gamble. Yes, Mr. Gamble. So see Mr. Gamble with the snake eyes. That's 12. 13 now, this is Mrs. Pyburn. Now I turn this into a sound alike. Remember our 10th rule of remembering names? So I turn it into a sound alike. It sounds like pie is burnt. This pie is burnt. Number 13, you got a full view of her face, full view, and see her mouth. She has a large mouth. I'd open her mouth, using my imagination, open her mouth, and I stuff this pie. What are you doing? My imagination, I open her mouth with this pie in it. Then I light it. Then it's burning. It's on fire. So it's pie burned. Oh, my mouth. Oh, it's just burning. This pie is in her mouth. It's burning. So her name is what? 13 is pie burn. Next man, his name is Mr. Ashburn. So Ashburn, I have these ashes. They're actually cigarette ashes. They're in his sideburns. Notice his sideburns look like this gray in his sideburns. I have this cigar. He's smoking a cigar. Hi, I'm Mr. Ashburn. And he's smoking. All of a sudden, maybe he goes to sleep. He's an elderly gentleman, and then this ashes from the cigar gets into his sideburns. He has to put it out. Oh, my sideburns! I've got ashes. I'm burning in my sideburns. So it's Mr. what? Mr. Ashburns. That's number 14. 15 now. This is, I want you to visualize as Mrs. Marsh. Now, she has a very long, skinny neck, and her name is Mrs. Marsh. So I turned it into a marshmallow. So my image for Marsh is a marshmallow. So she has a thin little pencil neck, and so I turn her neck into a toothpick, and I put the marshmallow on top of the toothpick. So that is Mrs. Marsh. So I don't tell her, now my right brain is seeing a marshmallow. Your left brain, it's the interplay of both hemispheres in the learning process. You don't want to walk up to her because your right brain is seeing a marshmallow. Hi, Mrs. Marshmallow, nice meeting you. She says, marshmallow? No, it's not marshmallow. I said, well, that's what my right brain says. Well, your right brain gives you the picture of marshmallow. But make sure your left brain comes in. Your left brain should say, hold it. Don't call her marshmallow. It is marsh. So think of marsh. But your marshmallow brings back marsh on the toothpick. That's 15. Now let's go 16 through 20. 16 now, this is a picture of Mr. Gardner. Now see in his head, the deep grooves and in his forehead there. It looks like furrows. And the gardener there is working in his garden. So here he is working in the garden. So this is Mr. Gardner. So see these rolls, the wrinkles in his brow, in his forehead. See this. And so this is Mr. Gardner. So say it with me. What is it? Mr. Gardner. Visualize Gardner. Number 16. Last one on the row. 16 through 20. 17, his name is Mr. Hedinger. Mr. Hedinger. So you think of he's been in a car wreck. So look at his face. Looks like he's been in a car wreck with these deep grooves and wrinkles all through his whole face. So his name is Mr. what? Head injury, but you turn it into head injury, okay? So never tell anybody how you do this. They say, Jack, how'd you memorize my name? I never tell anybody how I memorized their name. So I visualize head injury as Mr. Hedinger. So really see a head injury there with number 17. 18 now is Mrs. Wingo. Visualize Wingo. See her with her hair up in a little bun on the back of her hair and have wings coming out of that. And it's flapping. The wings are flapping. Let's go. There she goes. Mrs. Wingo, come back, Mrs. Wingo. There you go. There she goes, Mrs. Wingo. All right, I gotta go, Mrs. Wingo, I gotta go. So it's Mrs. Wingo. So wings coming out of the back of her hair like angel's wings. So it's wing, go, Mrs. Wingo. That's 18. 19 now, visualize with me. This man's bald man. He's got this beard. His name. See, this is Mr. Reed. So Mr. Reed, R-E-E-D, Mr. Reed. So I see his beard. Let's say he's stuck it in a book. Maybe it's a book, and he's reading with his beard. He's got his book trapped in his beard, and so it's Mr. Reed. Or these reeds from this pond are in his beard. So all these reeds coming up, and they're stuck into his beard, and maybe he's like a woodsman. And there's all these reeds stuck in his beard. Say, oh, you've been out hunting again. Yes, how do you tell? Well, just something about the reeds in your beard. Let me know you've been hunting. So you see all the reeds in his beard. So that is Mr. Reed. So visualize a reed. See that? Now, last one. Here we go. The 20th one. This is Mrs. Fisher. See her in her profile and see her lips. So it looks like a fish. See the lips. So I'm pushing my lips out here in the studio. And see visualize the lips. Seriously, what's her name?
Hi, my name's, don't call her Guppy. I'm Mrs. Guppy.
She won't appreciate that.
Hello, Mrs. Salmon.
You call her what? Fisher. So she has fish lips. Okay, so she has fish lips. That is number 20. That's Mrs. Fisher. Fantastic. Let's go through all these again. Let's turn over the page where there's no names in that, and let's see if we can write all the names down here in closing here in Lesson 13. You want to practice this. We have some great things, pre-coded tags for your last name. We have many last names and pre-coded tags for the last name. Then we have for the common female names, first names, and common male first names. Many of these, and give you the pre-coded tag for that, the visual tag, and also the derivation where it comes from. It's really cool, the meaning of the name. It's really awesome. Now, all 20 of these, really quick, look at these now. So one, we have what? A picture of the image of Mr. what is it? Baker. Great, seeing Mr. Baker. 2, we have that's Stubblefield. 3 is a picture of Mr. Ray. 4 is what? Stump. 5 is Mr. what? Woodruff. Excellent. Next row. 6 is Mr. what? Hill. 7 is Mr. Love. 8 is Mr. Rainey. 9 is Mr. Spray. 10 is Mr. Moore. Fantastic. 11 now is Mr. what? See him? Locke. 12 is Mr. Gamble. 13 now visualizes Mrs. Pyburn. Great. 14, Mr. Ashburn. 15, this is Mrs. Marsh. Great, not Marshmallow. 16 to 20. Now, 16 is a picture of what? Mr. Gardner. 17, Mr. Hedinger. 18 is Mrs. Wingo. 19, Mr. Reed, and 20, Mrs. Fisher. Fantastic. Now you say, Jack, how do you memorize first names and last names together? Let's say the first person, his name is Mr. Bill Baker. So you take bills and these your baking bills, all these $100 bills in with the baking goods. All right, so see that. Then next you have what? That's Mr. Stubblefield. So he's Philip Stubblefield. So he's doing flips in his field. So flipping up and down, he's an acrobat. So it's Philip Stubblefield. And then 3, you have Mr. Ray, so it's Jim Ray. So you have gems coming out of his eyes, gems and rays. It's glistening in the sun. So it's Jim Ray. Then you have Mr. Stump. Number 4 is Mr. Stump. On the stump, you have these Frankfurters. His name is Frank Stump. Franks are on the stump. So it's Mr. Frank what? Stump. Fantastic. Next is Tom. This is Tom. So you want to see what? Tom Woodruff, Mr. Tom Woodruff. So you have this tomcat. He's sharpening his claws on the what? The driftwood. So the wood. He's sharpening his claws on the Woodruff, piece of driftwood. So it's wood. Tom Woodruff. So you take and associate the first name with the last name. You're doing so well. Isn't this fun? Isn't it amazing? I taught this to my daughter, not only a 20-digit number, but I taught Christy Lannom. I taught her when she was 5 years old. This sheet you're looking at when she was 5 years old. When she went through the whole sheet. And for years, I could point to any of them. I say, honey, what's that one? That's Mrs. Marsh. I said, fantastic. And I said, which one? Who's this right here? She said, Daddy. She says, that's Mrs. Fisher. I said, fantastic. And I said, what's the first one? He has this baking hand. It's Mr. Baker. First one, Mr. Baker. I said, magnificent. So she locked all these in her head when she was 5 years old. And it helped her socially going through school, working at her job. But tremendous what she could do. Got a great job working at a hospital, memorized the doctor's names, patients. Phenomenal what you can do with this. Practice now. Names and faces, one of the greatest skills you ever have in your life. It's something that you need to use and practice. When you go into a grocery store, get the clerk's name down. At your bank, the people that serve you at your bank, get their name down. You're stopping at a toll booth, get the people's name down. Everywhere you go, collect names. When you're watching a movie, listen to the names when they introduce their names and associate it to the face. Lock that in. There's many opportunities. Start practicing this. The next new person that you meet, remember MMFI. It stands for MMFI stands for Make Me Feel Important. Every person you meet has MMFI on their forehead, which stands for Make Me Feel Important. And the single most effective way to make a person feel important is to take the time to learn their name and use it in the conversation. Use it when you address them. Have you enjoyed this? Now go over the sheet and practice now all the things we've learned. Now let's go to Lesson 14.